I'm going to say that.
Okay. Here we go. Hey, welcome to Stuck in Beta, and you just took a drink of something and it didn't look very good.
You know, this beer I'm sorry, this is Josh. Who are you?
I'm Greg.
I'm drinking this vanilla cream ale.
That's been in the fridge for about 2 years, by the way.
Has it really? It's not bitter, but it's definitely got a wang to it, and I'll drink it because it's beer. But man, anyway, where's OJ? Where's our other Josh at?
OJ is he's at a basketball game for his son.
Priorities, huh?
Yeah, you know.
So we've got a Christmas tree filling in for him.
Yeah, we've had that up for a while. But
yeah, we've had it up for a couple weeks. Wouldn't know from last week's episode.
Well, okay, so I don't have last week's episode up yet, and if you're listening,
it's been a week.
And I'm sorry. And I'll rectify that later.
You said rectum.
I didn't. December is busy.
December is busy. You got that right.
Very
man.
busy.
Yes, I agree with you there. So since Josh is out, we have called up a team player from the minor league. I think we got loyal listener Mike. We're gonna call him here. Are you gonna?
You want me to call him?
Go ahead and call him. He's
Okay.
expecting our call.
Let's see. I think it's calling now.
Yeah, it's ringing.
Hopefully he can hear us.
It's worked every other time. I don't know why it wouldn't work this time.
Turn this down a little.
Hopefully he answers the phone.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited. This is like, you guys are always the highlight of my Wednesday.
See?
So I'm super happy to be here.
Do
awesome.
we rank above your buddy George R.R. Martin?
I'm sorry, I can barely hear you. Could you?
Yeah. Do we rank over your buddy George R.R. Martin?
Oh, you guys are like 10 steps above George R.R. Martin.
Wow, and we don't even have boobs.
If he put out a St. Louis beer themed podcast, maybe.
We don't even have boobs on this show.
Yeah.
You don't have what on this show?
Boobs? Yeah, you know, George is...
Listeners just have to use their imagination.
Yeah. We're not HBO.
Yeah. So you're calling us from or we called you. You're in the land of enchantment, right?
I'm in the land of enchantment in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Yeah.
How's the weather out there?
Oh, it's beautiful today. It's 60 degrees and sunny. That's how it is every day in the winter, though.
Really?
Yeah. How is it out there?
It's colder than hell.
Yeah, it's like 28 degrees.
It was like wasn't it like 7 this morning?
I don't know if it was that cold.
It was damn.
Maybe the wind chill.
It was pretty damn cold this morning. It's miserable.
Yeah, it's fun times out
I'm
here.
not jealous.
So, all right, we'll carry on with the show, Mike. You chime in whenever you feel like it, and I think we're gonna have a whole getting to know Mike segment. We need like getting to know you music or something.
So,
this is exciting.
I'm wondering
It's gonna be like my Tinder profile.
Yes. So I'm wondering if your mic,
Is my mic?
No, your mic. He's probably hearing you through the mic on this laptop.
Oh.
What the heck is that?
What?
Hold on, we're getting feedback.
Are we? Mike, can you mute YouTube, Mike?
What's that? I got everything muted.
Okay, all right.
All right, hold on.
Do you want me to mute me? Do you want me to mute my phone until I start talking?
No, I don't think that's the
Okay.
problem. We're having Greg's checking all of our wires here.
I gotcha.
All of a sudden, I get a weird squeal. You don't hear that?
No, I don't hear anything.
Hold on, maybe
No, I don't
it's
hear anything either.
Oh, it stopped. Okay, I don't know what it was.
It's your dog hearing,
Yeah, I think it was my headphones.
your canine hearing.
All right. Anyway, I guess. Well, we'll get to what we were gonna talk about.
We need to talk about Star Wars too. Is that on the agenda?
Well, this week we actually not Star Wars, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
There is a lot of comic news this week,
Are you talking like ha funny comic or comic book?
like comic books, superheroes, and all that.
Okay.
First, last week, I guess, last Thursday or Friday, the new Spider-Man Homecoming trailer came out.
And you made me watch it
I made
just
you
5
watch
minutes
it,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you watched that, Mike?
I haven't watched that one
Oh,
yet,
come
no.
on. Now,
We should have warned him ahead of time. I know.
Should have warned you.
Show prep, Mike. Come on, Jesus.
I'm sorry. The cool thing about this trailer, you see that Tony Stark,
Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr., he seems to look like he's going to be a mentor of Peter Parker. He's going to be in pretty much he's throughout the whole trailer, so it doesn't look like just a cameo.
Yeah, I agree. I think he plays a pretty important role.
And at the end of the trailer, you see him in the Iron Man suit right next to Spider-Man. So for a Sony movie, which is produced by Marvel, which is now in the Marvel universe.
You lost me.
Well, okay, so it all matches up with the Disney movies.
Oh,
now.
okay. I gotcha. All right, I gotcha. I know what you're saying now.
And so, but Sony had to have flipped the bill to pay Robert Downey Jr. I mean,
Well, sure, and probably some rights money to Disney to have the Iron Man character, don't you think?
I think that became an agreement for them to use Spider-Man in
I
the
get
Civil
you.
War movie.
Civil War. Yeah. Okay. Mike, are you a big comic book movie fan?
I skip around. If one looks interesting, I'll go see it. But it seems like the Marvel universe, they're getting so complicated now. Like, I missed the second Captain America, but I went and saw the third, and I missed the second Avengers, and I was completely lost. I didn't know what the hell I was watching.
Yeah, I could see the third Captain America being really confusing if you didn't watch Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Civil War.
Yeah.
But it's a great movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
But you could really call that Avengers 3.
Yeah.
Because
It's got
everyone's
everybody in it. Yeah.
You know?
Plus Ant-Man, plus Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't have the Hulk, did it?
No, because
Oh, the Hulk's the best.
the end of the second Avengers, Thor isn't in it either.
Right.
And apparently the new Thor movie that comes out next, I guess that's next year? Or maybe the year after, is going to be Thor and Hulk team-up movie, like a buddy movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which,
That'll be fun.
yeah, it sounds like a fun movie.
I wonder if Natalie Portman will be in it.
I think she's done.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think she's doing any more.
Huh. Because she did both Thor movies, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, it's just a girlfriend.
Trade them like underwear, right?
Well,
Not now that you're engaged, obviously, but
well, no, yeah. But so there was Spider-Man. There was that. As far as they announced. They did a long time ago. There's a new series on NBC coming in February called Powerless, and it's about so basically after the big superheroes destroy the city or whatever, they come in and it was supposed to be like an insurance company. They would come and assess damages and find out how much it would cost. They have no powers. But now they just announced that they'll be working for Wayne Securities, which is a subsidiary of Wayne Enterprises.
really?
Yeah. And they'll be providing, I guess, weapons to make it safe for people that don't have powers. I don't know.
Interesting. That's kind of a far reach for NBC.
But it's a comedy, too.
Really?
So it's got
That'll be interesting.
the dude, Hudgens, Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah.
And
Mike, you remember Vanessa Hudgens?
What, are you talking to me?
Yeah. Vanessa Hudgens.
What is she on? I know the name. It rings a bell.
Wasn't she
she was a Disney Channel
She was the
girl or
Disney
something.
Channel girl that took a selfie topless back when selfies first started.
Okay. I was about to look her up, but I'm on my work computer now. That'd probably be really bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
But it's got the guy who played Abed from, I don't know his real name, from Community.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I liked Community.
yeah.
But that's going to be an interesting show for NBC because they haven't really ventured out into that superhero realm, have they?
No, they haven't.
I mean, ABC and
Well,
the CW have kind of owned that for a while now, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, you think about it, ABC.
Oh, shit. Gus.
The camera just got moved by Gus. And the dogs are barking like
Yeah.
crazy.
Probably another delivery from Target.
What was I saying?
NBC
So, yeah, and-
superheroes.
Yeah, NBC hasn't really branched out into superheroes. Just the CW has like all the DC. Obviously, ABC has all the Marvel because it's owned by Disney.
Right, and they have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It'll be, and those shows seem to have a pretty decent following. You know, I don't know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. hasn't gotten canceled, and The Flash keeps coming back, and Arrow keeps coming back.
my biggest problem with them, there's too many of them. I can't keep up. And like the CW shows, you have Arrow, Supergirl, DC,
Legends of
Legends
Tomorrow.
of Tomorrow, and The Flash, and all four of those, you have to watch them all because they all cross over.
Well, weren't they having a big crossover event this week?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't
I think
keep
so.
up with them.
I think they were having a big crossover event this week where the different characters were going into different shows and stuff.
Yeah. But, so I got, and my third comic
Jeez,
news.
you are a nerd.
I know I am a nerd, all right? Suicide Squad came out.
I watched that the other day.
Margot Robbie,
Yeah.
she plays Harley Quinn. She's going to be back as Harley Quinn in a movie called Gotham City Sirens, which it's going to be like female villains, but I think it's going to be, sounds like it's going to be Poison Ivy, well, Harley Quinn obviously, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman.
Interesting.
So
Who's going to play? Margot Robbie will be Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Now I don't know the other two, and usually, Batgirl would be the
Nemesis.
heroine.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that'll turn out. It was just announced, so there's really not much info on it.
Well, since we're in our TV and movie segment right now, did you see Alan Thicke died?
I know, that was crazy.
Yeah, 69 years old and dropped over dead.
Yeah, heart attack.
Yeah. They
Well-
say he was playing hockey or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just breaks my heart.
I loved that. I loved Growing Pains growing up.
Well, he seems so down to earth. Like every time you'd always see him.
You'd met him a few times? Or?
No, you'd see him cameo. I mean, in the last few years, a lot of what he's done is cameos and stuff. But you kind of get the feeling that he was okay with making fun of himself. You know?
Yeah, that TV dad type
Yeah.
role. Yeah.
Because he was that show This Is Us that I watched. He was actually played a role on that because one of the guys on the show plays an actor. Well, he was acting on the show that he was
Oh,
in.
really?
Yeah. But I remember one of Growing Pains. You
Yeah.
mentioned that.
Yeah.
There was a show on Saturday mornings when I was a kid. Alan Thicke hosted. It was like a trivia contest with like about animals.
Really?
I don't know if either one of you remember.
No,
this.
I don't. Was
It
that like the early educational programming that's taken over Saturday morning?
Yeah, I guess so. But it was like all I remember is like they'd have celebrity contestants. So it'd be like, I know Betty White was one of them. She's always on everything.
Circle takes a square
Yeah.
with that answer about an ocelot.
But they'd ask questions about animals and they'd have to get them right. And
I don't remember that.
I don't know, money went to charity or something. But man, I wish I could remember. If only there was a
I
way
know
of
he wrote a
looking at
bunch of
Go ahead, Mike.
that. I could look it up, but I forgot that he was a big theme song composer too for television.
Really?
Like, did you know that he wrote the theme for Different Strokes?
Huh.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Really? Yeah.
Huh.
And The Facts of Life, he wrote the theme song for that.
That was another good show.
And those are two big. I mean, I could recite the lyrics of both of those right now.
I could do The Facts of Life, and The Facts of Life.
Take the good, take the bad, take both. There you have.
Yeah, I knew I could bait you into it.
Animal Crack-Ups was the show that I was thinking of.
Huh.
It was a series between 87 and 1990.
I don't remember that at all.
So, yeah, Saturday mornings.
Did you pull that from his IMDb?
Yeah.
What else? Anything else of interest on there that he had? I wonder if they will list the theme songs that he did.
Let's see.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear that he died.
Yeah, I was too. I heard his last appearance was on that new Netflix show, Fuller House, the Full House spinoff.
Oh,
really?
Really?
Yeah, that just seems like the perfect role for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if he was on. Fuller House. I guess I wonder if he was, because the second season of that just came out.
Yeah. Have you watched any of that show at all?
I've watched the first season. Yeah, it's really.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
You're braver than I am. I made it through about 3 episodes.
So, it's basically the whole thing is a love letter to the old show.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
It is its own thing, though.
Have you watched the Gilmore Girls?
No, I haven't
Netflix?
watched that. No.
I'm assuming that's the same way. That, an homage to the original series.
Yeah.
But they don't have Stephanie Tanner's boobs. Man, that's 2 or 3 times we've mentioned boobs already in this episode?
That was all you, man.
I know.
I'm looking through
What were you saying?
I'm looking through Alan Thicke's IMDb, and there is basically a bunch of one-offs. He didn't really have any reoccurring roles. Okay, How I Met Your Mother, Mr. Shabowski.
That was Robin's dad.
That's about the last big role he's had, it looks like, and that was only looks like 6 episodes.
Huh. So really, it was Facts of Life, and that was it. Or not Facts of Life.
Growing Pains.
Growing Pains.
Oh, Bold and the Beautiful. No, that's only 7 episodes.
Didn't one of the big soap operas lose an actor this week too? Another one died.
Stefano DiMera died.
Yeah, what was
From
he?
Days of Our Lives.
Okay.
That was my favorite show in college. My friends and I would always schedule our classes around Days of Our
wait a
Lives.
minute! You just said, "Oh, you got through Fuller House," and now you're talking about Days of Our Lives. Oh, we loved watching.
It was so much fun. We had drinking games about it.
What did the drinking games involve? When did you drink? What were the items that made you drink?
I don't even remember. I think it was just the show would start and we'd start drinking.
Well, that makes any show better, I guess.
Yeah.
It was the best. I was so sad to see him go. He had the really thick Eastern European accent that I couldn't quite place. It was either Baltic or Italian or something.
Huh.
And he was such a ham. He was so much fun to watch.
Wow.
I would have never guessed that, Mike.
Yeah. I don't think I've watched one episode. So.
Oh, it's never too late to get started. You'll catch up pretty quick.
Joseph Mescolo? That's his name?
Nope. Is that Stefano? I only know him by Stefano.
Stefano DiMera on the end. Yeah.
Yeah, Stefano DiMera. And then he'd get mad. The actor would get mad, and he'd leave Days of Our Lives, and he'd show up on The Bold and the Beautiful or The Young and the Restless for 2 or 3 days.
Really?
And then Days of Our Lives would come crawling back and say, "Oh, we missed you, Stefano. We missed your goatee and your thick Baltic accent." And he'd come back like he was never gone.
That's funny,
man. So, what? I guess we'd finish up TV. Did you watch any of the White Rabbit Project?
I did. Jackson and I, we'll talk about this in a little bit. We went to Branson this past weekend, but I successfully used the new Netflix feature of downloading episodes to a mobile device, so we didn't have to have the internet.
Oh.
and we watched probably 4 or 5 episodes of White Rabbit Project while we were out of town, and then we've been watching it since we've been home. It's not Mythbusters.
No.
And that's okay. I like seeing Grant, Tori, and Carrie back together. I think the theme of the show has some growing to do. There's just something I can't put my finger on that isn't appealing to me. I like the show, but it could be better. I'm not sure what that better is or what they'll have to do to get better, but there's just something about it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Have you watched it?
Well, yeah, I've seen 2 episodes. The first one was about superheroes, so, obviously up my alley.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the theme in everything. They have they try 6 different, they have a topic and then they try to rate 6 different things.
Right.
Which would be the best, which would be the worst.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, it's not Mythbusters.
And I don't think it was meant to be Mythbusters.
It's the same producers, obviously the same people, the 3.
They're just missing something. There's just something there.
Well, I've noticed, a couple of them, they're really not, they're just reading, some story.
Right.
They're saying, oh, this happened, and there's kind of a dramatization of this story that they're telling. Another one I saw was about prison breaks.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one yet.
That was the second one.
No, I don't know. Maybe Jackson watched it without me.
You don't really have to watch them in order.
Yeah.
But it was kind of the same. They would tell a story about what happened, and some of them are really interesting though. And it was just they didn't have a lot of the building,
Right.
But then again, on Mythbusters, it got kind of old that everything was oh, let's explode this.
Right. No, I agree. I agree.
It's fun to an extent, but it gets a little old after a while.
I like the fact, the one episode that I really enjoyed was, so it had something to do with G-Force and the most intense thing to do. And they did riding in a Blue Angel, riding in a U.S. Olympic bobsled, a roller coaster, Formula race car at the Indy 500, a couple different things. And it was extremely scientific. They had the accelerometers and all that stuff on them, and they were measuring G-forces that were inflicted on them. And it was very interesting to see each one of those tasks and how long a certain level of G's were tolerated during that task. I had no idea that the bobsled was as intense with G-forces as it is for the period of time that it is. It's pretty wild.
Wow.
And it was just funny to see Tori try and train with those guys and go down the bobsled out in Salt Lake City. It was pretty funny. But no, it's definitely a show. Jackson enjoys it. He's watched every episode so far, I think. It'll be interesting to see if it gets picked up for a season 2.
I'm sure it will.
It probably will.
It probably will. Mike, are you a fan of the Mythbusters, or have you seen this new show?
I haven't seen the new show. I've heard you guys talk about it every week. It seems like something Josh is really going to be into, but no, I've never actually sat down and watched an episode.
Oh,
I've probably
just started up. Yeah,
I've probably seen every episode of Mythbusters. I really, really, really enjoyed that show. And I'm just happy to see something continuing on. I know Discovery's got that new show coming out called Help Us Find the Next Mythbuster, and they're interviewing people to try and be the next set of Mythbusters, and they're talking to people everywhere from physicists down to rocket scientists and everywhere here in between. That, to me, that seems a little bit more gimmicky. I'm not holding out much hope for that show.
Well,
have you thought about trying out?
No, not at all.
You can't build anything.
Okay.
No, I'm not a big builder. I'll blow stuff up if you want.
Come up with ideas, though.
Yeah, I guess.
You'd be the best idea man for things to blow up.
Thing is, though, I have to be drinking first.
Yeah.
You got to have at least 2 or 3 drinks in before the idea is
kind of
really
like Days of Our Lives.
Days of Your Lives.
Days of Your Life.
Yeah, it really gets enjoyable after the 3rd drink. No, it'll be interesting. Mike, what's your go-to show on Netflix right now?
I haven't been watching anything on Netflix. I just finished up Westworld.
Oh, did you?
Man, I haven't watched the finale yet, but
I've heard the finale is pretty
it'll
wild.
blow your mind.
I just haven't had time.
What's that?
I just said I just haven't had time to watch it yet.
Oh, it's totally worth it. But I can only watch one TV show at a time, or else I start getting confused. Like the plots will start twisting together in my head. So I tried watching Downton Abbey and Game of Thrones at the same time, and it felt like the Crawleys were kind of like the Seventh Kingdom that was just off on their own little island, just kind of
that didn't have
each other.
That didn't have any nudity or anything, or any dragons with it.
Like, wait a minute, why?
No nudity, just a lot of missing penknives.
Yeah. They both kind of they're hard. To me, they're both shows you got to have the subtitles on to understand anything.
Yeah, true.
Maybe that's
have either
just
of
me.
you watched that show? It's called. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you're
go
fine.
ahead.
Oh, I said, have either of you watched any episodes of that show called 3% on Netflix?
No.
No, I heard
it keeps
about
popping up for me. I don't know anything about it. I just know that I guess it originally came from Portugal.
I'm about ready to cancel our Netflix membership.
So you have the option to watch it in Portuguese or English, and I can never decide if I want to do the subtitles and have to pay attention the whole time, or if I want to do it in English and have it dubbed and have it be off kind of a couple seconds, like me watching you on your live stream right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a future where the elite inhabit an island paradise far from crowded slums, you get one chance to join the 3% saved from squalor. Interesting.
Yeah, watch in English or Portuguese. Okay.
That's pretty different.
Yeah. And someone may see this and go, "Oh, that's only got a 3% rating. I don't want to watch that."
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Man, they should have went for like 90, 97.
Yeah,
went
you're
the
going
other
to be
way
stuck
around.
in the 97th percent.
Yeah.
Mike, did you hear that Amazon Prime, they're rolling Prime Video out of their Prime membership, and you can subscribe to it for $3 a month now?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the big news today from Amazon, that they're going to roll Prime out into its own, or Prime Video out into its own membership fee. The introductory rate for 6 months will be $3 a month, and then after that 6-month period, it goes up to $6 a month.
Oh, okay.
But that kind of beats.
So if I have
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. What were you saying? I was going to say, so if I have Prime already, will I be able to keep watching the videos, or will I have to start just paying extra?
It didn't say that in the article. I would have to believe if you have Prime already that they're going to keep Prime Video in there. But that's just me. I don't know that for a fact. To me, it'd be really stupid to roll that out and make you subscribe to something else.
Yeah, I think that's the way it is.
It'd have to be. Well, it's time for a beer. Is that why you're handing me
Oh,
this
yeah.
beer?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Why don't we... Sorry, Mike. If you have a beer at home,
Mike doesn't
pop it open.
Mike doesn't drink anymore.
Okay, well...
I'll pour myself a glass of water.
There you go.
Something
How's that
about
sound?
Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while we're enjoying this beer, Mike, why don't we let's do you have any get to know music? Getting to know you.
It sounds like you just made the music
All
right there.
Sounds good. So Mike, you're a curler, right?
I am. I'm in a curling league here in Santa Fe.
Which to me it sounds just counterintuitive because, Santa Fe being the rather warm climate that it is, that there's a curling league in Santa Fe.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, that seems more of a Canadian thing,
Well, or at least
It is.
north of some freezing point.
But with all the pretty good weather we have, we actually have enough Canadian transplants down here.
No kidding.
No kidding, yeah. And then we are a mountain town, so we're at the southern tip of the Rocky Mountains.
Right.
And so, I don't know, maybe it works. We do get quite a bit of snow.
Yeah, I've seen pictures you've posted on Facebook where it's snowed in town.
Yeah. But with all the but yeah, between the mountainy, snowy stuff and all the Canadian transplants, we have enough for probably 20, 25 curlers here in town.
Wow. So how's your team?
Yeah. We play on the same ice that people skate on, so it's really bumpy. So
yeah.
the quality of play is really low. I think I've been playing for like 6 months now, and I think I'm probably one of the best in the league.
Oh, really?
So you need really hard brooms, right, to make it smoother or whatever. Isn't that what you do?
Yeah, you have the brooms to speed it up. So if someone pushes it too slow, you sweep in front of it really, really hard, and that might make the stone go an extra like 5, 10, 15 feet.
Wow. There's lots of yelling in curling, right?
There is. I've been thinking about starting my own podcast, but I have to scream so loud so my team can hear me that like I lose my voice.
Do you really? Wow.
I do.
So what's the curling season? How long does that go?
For us, it's year round.
Oh, okay.
I think that different places do different season lengths. But for us, it's just kind of like, you sign up, it goes, I think, 16, 20 weeks, something like that, and then we go to the next one. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then the different curling clubs around the country have something called Bonspiels. It's a curling tournament where people will all fly in, and then they'll all curl for a couple of days.
Oh, wow.
And I actually went to one in Phoenix last month.
Cool.
Yeah, and we got destroyed. We played against this group of women, and they beat us probably like 15-1 or something like that. Oh
man!
And I was kind of grousing about it later, and I looked it up. I was like looking up the USA curling website because I was like, I'm never going to make the Olympics now.
Yeah.
So I was just like looking up. I was looking at their website, and one of them was on the Olympic team.
Oh,
so we lost to an Olympian.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
you could say, you played an Olympian.
Yeah, you played an Olympian.
We got 8 points on an Olympian.
It was, it just happened to be a woman, but yeah.
Exactly.
For curling, is there a men's versus women's league?
Where they play each other, you mean?
Or, I mean, is there...
Because there's a men's team.
I think in the Olympics, you have men's and women's. But here in Santa Fe, since there are only like 20 people, it's kind of take what you can get.
Well, sure. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. And it's not like basketball or something where one gender would have a big competitive advantage over the other.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wouldn't think there's much of an advantage.
Yeah, it's just ice.
It's kind of like if you're playing like ping pong or
yeah,
or what else? Billiards or bowling. You know what advantage?
Yeah, I guess
it's all this. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I must say this beer is very good.
So this is we're drinking. It says J Dubs Brewing Company out of Sarasota, Florida. This is Bell Cow Milk Chocolate Porter.
It's really good.
It's very delicious. But I do have a snack to go with that, so I got to play theme music here.
Okay.
Your favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, and the volume.
Yeah, Mike, you may not hear this.
I'm not good.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, that's the nice thing when you're on the phone on a remote. You don't get to hear the music.
Oh, come on.
But I like the song. It's such a great song.
It's all
Who sings it?
shit. That is the Scam. It's a St. Louis band. The Scam.
Okay.
So today we have, in keeping with the healthy foods, we have white peppermint Twinkies, which is a limited edition for, I guess, for the Christmas season. It looks like a...
Yep, nice and healthy. It probably says no preservatives on it, right? You didn't get the no preservative kind?
It doesn't say... It doesn't even... It just says limited edition.
Dang it.
And they got
That's making my mouth water.
Yeah.
That looks so good.
Yeah.
They got sparkly here.
Yeah. Well, that does nothing to tell you what it looks like. That's just a wrapper.
Well,
here, take it out and just rub it on the microphone. You might be able to.
It's like a Twinkie covered in white
chocolate with
with
peppermint flakes, I guess.
I guess.
Mike, there was something else. Oh, yeah, Mike's kind of famous. Did you know that?
We're
Oh, I
famous.
want to talk about Twinkies first. I want
You-
I want you guys to eat these and let me know how they are.
Greg's eating it right now.
I'm living like.
Yeah.
Well, I lived in Albuquerque. For a while, and do you remember when Twinkies went under? When Hostess was just like, "We're not selling them anymore." We're
Yeah,
making them." Yeah, there were. This is the most Albuquerque thing ever. But people would go and buy them up. They'd go to like the Walmart or the Smiths or whatever and just buy everything up, and then they'd sell them out of the back of their truck.
That's
Oh
awesome.
man. Well, I know. I thought we'll never see Hostess. We'll never see Hostess again. So we better. I got like a thing of donuts or something. That was it. And I threw them out probably about a month or two ago. So they've been in there for about 3 years. I'm like, what am I gonna do with these? I'm sure they're worth thousands of
sell 'em on-
dollars.
Yeah, you could put them on eBay. They never go bad, do they?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. These are really good.
They're pretty good. They have a very subtle peppermint flavor to them, and I'm not a big peppermint fan, and it didn't turn me off. So no, they're decent.
Not a turn off.
Not a turn off.
Yeah.
So Mike,
I'm heading to the.
Go ahead.
Heading to the grocery store after this. Should I pick some up?
yeah, they're not. They're vegetarian. You're still vegetarian, right?
I'm still a vegetarian.
Yeah, you should be able to eat. What? They have cream in them, I guess, right? Can you do?
Oh,
Cream?
that's okay. I could eat. I'll eat the cream.
Okay.
If it's delicious, I'll make an exception.
If you like peppermint and Twinkies and white chocolate, you'll eat the whole box in a sitting.
The
Okay, yeah, those are my three favorite things.
Well, the ingredients list is very, very long. So
It is too, but it's probably all chemical.
so buyer beware. Partially
All right, I'm
produced
gonna
with
add it to
genetic
my list.
partially produced with genetic engineering.
Wow.
Only
Okay.
partially.
Yeah,
Only partial.
that's a good point, Mike. Yeah, only partial.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't-
interesting.
don't
That's
know
kind
what
of
that
an
is.
odd disclaimer,
Yeah.
but okay. Yeah. So Mike has been on the small screen, right? Mike, you haven't been on the silver screen yet, right?
I don't know. I think I've been in some things that might have been on the silver screen, but yeah, I'm mostly a TV guy.
Give us your. Are you
Yeah.
on IMDb? Do you have an entry?
No, I'm not on. I'm not on IMDb. So one of these days, that's kind of the ultimate goal around here.
Oh, really? Just kind of in that
Yeah,
area.
everyone wants to get. Because if you get a speaking role, that's how you get on IMDb.
Interesting.
Well,
Okay.
And if you get a speaking role, that means you get screeners. So you get to vote in like the SAG awards.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Greg, yeah, we used to screen movies. Remember?
Yeah,
until
we
you
did.
until you pissed those people off.
Well, yeah, it was about 3 years or so.
yeah.
You say we, but you went to probably about 10 movies.
I went to more than 10 damn
Yeah.
movies. I saw Harry Potter. I went to more than 10 movies.
Well, it was.
and you act like it was a punishment. You enjoyed going.
Okay. Every week.
I went to all the damn Chipmunk movies.
Well, that was fine. I didn't want to go to those. So about either once or twice a week, but it'd be in the middle of the week, like on
Yeah.
a Wednesday,
Right.
Tuesday.
That part did suck.
and
And then if it was a super big showing, it was over in Chesterfield, which is, an hour away.
it's a good theater, but it's far away.
yeah.
But it was nice to see all those movies. But during like January, where all the stinkers come out,
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah, what movie was it that you pissed him off and we didn't get invited back? Or you didn't even get invited back?
So the Seth Rogen movie Neighbors.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I didn't piss them off. Okay, so I had to turn in like a review every week because I was putting it on our blog, filmbacon.com. You can still see the stuff we have there. Well, so I went and saw Neighbors, and after the show, you usually talk to one of the guys who run it and say, "Oh, I liked it," or they write it down in their little notebook. And he emailed me. He said, I didn't get your review. And I said, oh, I stopped you. I thought I told you I liked it. And I said, and here's where my blog entry is or whatever. Ever since I said, I don't know if I pissed him off because I said, I told you what I thought or what, because after that movie, I never got another invite.
Okay, so we have to tell a little bit of the story of how we started getting invites.
We kind of conned our way in.
We conned our way in a big way. Because we were getting public invites.
Yeah, we found out that a bunch of blogs and radio stations, they all get free tickets to movies.
To the screeners.
Yeah, to the pre-screenings or whatever. And basically they go through this site called GoFobo. So you could find
Wow, I forgot all about that.
You could find GoFobo codes to get free tickets, and we were getting pretty good where we were able to get
almost anything we wanted.
Because we started around May or something.
Yeah.
And we were like the summer movies and all that. We started getting all these. I think the funny thing was it was like Green Lantern that came out.
Yeah.
It was a big movie at the time, but
Kung Fu Panda 2.
Yeah. Horrible Bosses.
Yep.
But
50-50.
So we're like, how do we get? We found out what company it was.
Oh,
that ran it by finding a ad on Slew's website.
Yeah, it was Slew's. Yeah, and I don't remember how we found that. It was we were just Googling around.
Yeah,
that was.
We found that, and then we talked to one of the people who ran that, and we were like, well, we review movies on our site, and we had just made our
like
site
a
like
week
that
before
that morning or something.
Yeah,
we were like going in work. We were going. So, what do you think about this name and this name? Like, that's already taken. We came up with Film Bacon.
Yeah.
Or one thing. And
so we fed him a line of bullshit that we had all these hits on our page.
Well, in reality, one of my websites, halfassproductions.com, it does pretty well. I get a lot of hits. A lot of it is because, especially around this time of year, because I have this Christmas article about Rudolph, and people find it funny or whatever. It's about the Misfit toys, and I get tons of hits on it. And so I compared. I said, "This is our sister site. We're opening this new site."
Yeah.
So we're gonna all the people who go to Half-Ass Productions are gonna start going here.
Yeah, we fed him Alexa data and everything,
which doesn't happen, you know. So we said we were able to look up Alexa data from one of the other websites that was getting into these screenings.
That's right. I
We're
forgot about that.
We have better. Track record than them, more viewers.
We compared like 3 or 4 other review sites in St. Louis. Yeah, that's right.
And they're like, okay, we'll put you on the list.
Yeah, and the next thing we know, we started getting our own email invites. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And then Greg had to go piss him off.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that lasted for a while.
It was 3 years.
Yeah,
And
I'm just impressed that it all ended because of a good review.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it would be like.
Yeah, I don't get
you
that.
You started talking smack about the theater popcorn or something.
Yeah,
and
no.
Take you out.
I think, well, we kept getting, I kept hearing rumors like, oh, they're going to take some of these people off the list and all that. And it never really happened with us. So I never wanted to, hit the hornet's nest or whatever.
Right.
And so, I don't know. It was.
I gotcha.
It was a good time while it lasted, but like I said, in those off months where like January, February, there's usually really bad movies, and you're like, ugh,
yeah. The best thing about it was movies on Wednesday night because you got wasn't it free popcorn?
Yeah, free popcorn.
Yeah, small popcorn at Warenberg. For free.
Medium popcorn.
Was it?
Right?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Man, we saw a ton of movies that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. Hangover 2. That was the first one that... Was it Hangover 2 or Hangover 3? We saw it at the Tivoli.
Hangover 2.
No, not the Tivoli.
Yeah, it was.
No,
High Point.
Yeah, we saw it at the High Point. That was the first movie that we screened.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. Anyway, Mike, give us a couple shows that you've been on.
Okay, well, I'll tell you a little bit about New Mexico. New Mexico has a really big movie scene here. They offer some really nice tax breaks to places in exchange for basically like the place will get a big tax cut and they'll come film here. So it's kind of break even for the state, but it brings in a lot of pride and things.
Sure.
And so there's been a lot of really cool movies that have and TV shows that have shot out here. Like Breaking Bad is the one that everyone knows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but also I know you were talking about the Avengers earlier today. They shot the first Avengers out here.
Really?
Oh, no kidding.
And and I know they shot. I think I haven't seen the second Thor, but I know the first Thor had some scenes that were here in New Mexico.
Huh.
Parts of Star Wars have been filmed here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a really cool place, and it brings in a lot of people from Hollywood, and they like it too because no one's union here, and so they don't have to pay people quite as much.
Oh, interesting.
But
huh.
But in LA, it's really competitive. Out in Hollywood, I know that you can try to get in the background of something, and it might just not happen for years.
Right.
But here here they're begging for people. I'm probably getting there are a couple of shows right now that are sending me 6 or 7 emails a day asking me to come on. So I'm
Holy
kind of
cow!
Yeah.
So what happened? Do you just you get on a list and then they're always calling you back for different things? Is that how it works, or?
Yeah, I went to a casting call this weekend where they took our picture
Oh, really?
and gave it to every casting agency in town.
Huh.
So anything that might be filming here, they'll let me know. And you don't get anything big. I mean, for what I'm doing right now,
Right.
like I'm going to be the guy who, if the lead actors are sipping a cup of coffee in the foreground, I might be the guy driving the car in the background.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what happened on Breaking Bad, right? You were the car going through the Better Call Saul. You were the
Yeah,
the
that was
driver.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was one of the people that gave his ticket to Mike at his little ticket booth there in season 1. No spoilers.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. So, but you've done pretty many of those, and you're you're just waiting for a speaking role, huh?
I'm waiting for a speaking role. Once you get the speaking role, then you're in for life. But I've heard you have to take an acting class for that.
Really?
And I'm too lazy to do an acting class. Yeah.
Class.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm method. I'm usually the guy in the background just sipping coffee.
Your method.
Method.
So what's the rate? What's the daily rate for that? Do you go and spend the entire day waiting, sitting in the background, or is it, they give you a window of time, or how does that work?
So I was in one. I'm doing one that's coming out next year, and I spent a day on set. It has Gary Oldman's going to be in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I'm. So they were anytime they have them on set, the big actors, then you show up at. I think I showed up at 6 in the morning for that.
Jeez.
And then they feed you. And when the famous people are on set, the food's really good. You always want to be in a scene with the famous people. That's when they get the good caterers. And then the lighting guys go and do their work, and the big actors go to their rooms. And then the extras just kind of hang out, and we play cards. And then after a while, they come in and they'll tell us to go to makeup, and we go put on makeup.
Huh.
And then we'll go to get put on costumes. So that if the lead character's wearing a certain color, they want the guys in the background wearing a different color.
Yeah.
So they stand out a little more.
Right.
And then you go back and sit down and play cards more. And then if you're lucky, you film right away and you're done soon. If not, you just sit around and play cards through lunch.
Jeez.
So
And
a lot
I
of
think
just
on that
hanging
day I
out.
was on.
I'm sorry.
What's
I
that?
said a lot of just hanging out. Sounds like.
A lot of hanging out. So that one I was in, where I was in the background, I played a scientist. And I'm just running away from the camera, like an alarm goes off and I start running. But a method. But no, it's but no, I think I was I was probably on set for 45 minutes, and I sat around. I got paid for 13 hours worth of work.
Jeez.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I got 2 really good meals out of it.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So they pay, I guess, do they have to pay minimum wage for that, or how does that work?
You know, I've heard in Hollywood they pay more than minimum, but for us, it's if you're lucky, it's a little over minimum wage.
Huh.
But for the most part, it's minimum. If you get like a close-up, if they do a close-up of your face, I think you might get paid a little extra.
Interesting.
So you're not in it for
Yeah.
the money right now.
What's that? No, I'm in it for the art.
Yeah, the art, yes. That's why everyone does it, yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The art. So have you met anybody famous while doing this?
I've bumped into some people. I've been on set with some famous people a couple of times. Like, have you seen American Beauty?
Yeah.
You know the trash bag kid?
Yeah.
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 He was in the Hunger Games later. I was in a scene with him. I was in that scene with Gary Oldman, but I didn't recognize him because that's what he does. He just kind of like absorbs into a role, so I didn't even know what he looked like until it was too late. Yeah.
You were Commissioner
And then you
Gordon.
bump into
Yeah.
what's that?
I said, you were Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, you just kind of bump into famous people around town sometimes. Like I ran into Bryan Cranston and Bob Odenkirk and Aaron Paul at baseball games. I was in line at the DMV behind Val Kilmer once.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wasn't there a
So
story
those-
recently?
I mean, so that's the kind of that to me that's more fun. It's just kind of like, you know, you're out at a restaurant and you look up and you see Robert Downey Jr. or something.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a story lately about Val Kilmer, like his health or something? Wasn't he?
Yeah, I've heard he's got some health problems. I feel bad for him. I'm worried about him.
Yeah, I've heard that.
He says there's not a problem, but
Right.
we'll
Yeah.
see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wishing him the best.
Interesting. So what else we got?
He put a giant tumbleweed for sale.
Really?
Have you seen that?
No.
No.
Yeah, he has it. He got a tumbleweed out here and he dipped it in gold, and he's trying to sell it at an art gallery for a couple $100,000.
Jeez. That's kind of strange. What else? What time is it? How close are we?
We only have a few minutes left.
Oh, wow. We didn't get to
We've,
talk about much.
Yeah, we've really...
Oh, you guys didn't even talk about Star Wars yet.
No,
oh,
Star
that-
Wars comes out this week.
we might as well get to that.
Yeah.
We,
well, this probably won't get uploaded for 3 weeks, so.
oh, shush. So, yeah, you going to see Star Wars this week?
I'm going to try and go see it at some point this week, yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna see it tomorrow night if all goes as planned. I'm pretty excited about it, but I'm one of those that if I'm gonna see a movie, if I know I'm gonna see a movie, I will avoid all trailers because I want to go in as fresh as I can be. And Star Wars, I'm gonna see. You know.
Yeah. I've heard early reviews are, the other day we were talking, and early reviews that came out a couple days ago were all stellar, wonderful movie, great movie, epic, blah, 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 blah. Today I've read some reviews that it's more 50-50, that some people say it's, somebody said it was a lobotomized Star Wars movie. It's been getting some kind of bad reviews recently, so.
Looks like 84% on Rotten
Wow,
Tomatoes.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
What did Force Awakens get?
Let me see. But I mean, for me, I don't always agree with Rotten Tomatoes, but if they have something as a really high number, I'm probably going to agree with them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one thing to agree with a critic versus regular people on Rotten Tomatoes,
Right. Okay, Force Awakens.
I only get my film reviews from Film Bacon.
Oh yeah. Well, you probably haven't
There's some
seen her.
stale. Yeah, I was gonna say there's some stale data out there,
Like
Mike.
life kind of stopped, like pop culture kind of stopped for me right at Neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny how that happens.
I think I threw up a Guardians of the Galaxy review, and
Okay.
and like I'm like, oh, I'll just go to the movies that I want to see. Okay, well, that didn't last
Yeah,
very
like
long.
3 movies in the
Yeah.
last 2 years.
Yeah. Force Awakens had a 92, which is
Interesting.
freaking an amazing score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Now, is that a critic? Is that the critic score, or is that
yeah,
the
that's a
regular
critic
people?
score. That's,
Interesting. Wow.
The audience score is 89.
Huh.
So, Rogue One, though, I mean, it's Star Wars.
Yeah, and it's a how is this? It's a prequel to Episode 3, right?
Well,
But
I
it's an
wouldn't-
offshoot
I wouldn't even
storyline.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's a prequel. It's more of a happening at the same time as
Well, slightly
As the-
before, though, right? Because that's how the rebels come up with the plans for the Death Star, and they have those in Episode 3.
at the so at the very beginning. Yeah, that's what Leia.
Right.
At the very beginning, Leia's
Given
sending,
R2-D2 to go find
Well-
Obi-Wan Kenobi, right?
Okay, yeah,
You're our
that's
only hope.
that's the message, and then yeah. So yeah, it is slightly before 3,
Yeah, and it's not
or I'm sorry, slightly before 4.
correct. Yeah, sorry, that was a total misspeak.
A New Hope.
Yep, A New Hope. Yep, you're right. Well, Mike, thanks for putting up with us for an hour.
Yeah.
No problem. Thank you. This has been fun.
Oh yeah, it's been fun.
No.
We'll have to have you on another time too.
Yeah, and I'll invite you onto my podcast after curling season when I get my voice back.
Yep.
Sounds great.
Yeah, and if you have any questions,
Awesome.
we had talked about equipment, Mike. If you have any questions, Greg can tell you what he's got here and what to look for and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need to know. All I have now is an iPhone. Like so that's all I have right now.
iPhone's all you have. That's
I
probably
guess-
all
yeah.
you need.
So-
I was gonna say, I guess you could really do it with
Yeah,
an
but I want
iPhone.
it to sound good.
Well, I mean, we do the live.
I want
video.
it to sound like stuck in beta.
Oh, there you go.
But really, I mean, this is a little bit complicated because we have the live feed going and everything else. If you were just straight recording the audio of this, I don't know that you would need quite as complicated a setup.
And you could buy a cheap mixer if it's gonna be you and maybe a guest, or if you have a couple people, depending on what you have. These mics, I don't think they cost more than $20.
Really.
They're
And your
not
mix?
very
Didn't you say
expensive.
you got your mixer for like 80 or something on Amazon?
Yeah, it was like a. Was that a black? No, it wasn't a Black Friday deal.
But that's a 6-channel mixer he's got. And I'm sure you can buy him smaller if you wanted to.
Yeah,
So, all right, Mike. Thanks for joining us, man.
yeah.
All right, thanks so much. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. It's been a fun time.
All right.
All right,
See you later.
See you later.
Take care.
All right. So remember, Stuck in Beta every week at. Let me put the thing up.
After you just took it down.
I know I forgot to take the pre-show thing down, but we'll live with that. So every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central Time, go to YouTube, Beer 30 TV on YouTube, and also go to beer30.tv for more info on us. And if you search for Stuck in Beta on any of the
Podcast
podcast
services.
networks, yeah, you'll find us. So
Hopefully, Josh will be back next week to move the tree over a little bit further and fill his spot at the table.
Yep. So that's it. We'll see you next time.